Hello, welcome to another episode of Child Abuse Awareness with Darlene J. Clark. Be a part of the solution instead of part of the problem. I wrote the book Shattered Innocence and Rise. You can find it at Amazon. Please like, subscribe, and share. Remember to speak up against child abuse. Please hit the thumbs up. With a copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Boy, we got a whopper of a story today. Donald DeVaney, age 52, of Russellville, Alabama, arrested in a sex sting operation. We'll first tell how he got busted, and let me share with y'all. It was 9 different other people who was arrested. This firefighter guy, get more into his story in a little while. So 9 men arrested, charged with trafficking, child exploitation in Alabama. This is March the 16th, 2025. 9 men have been arrested for human trafficking and child exploitation in North Alabama, according to the Limestone County Sheriff's Office. An investigation resulted after Deputy Dylan Legg responded to a disturbance call on March the 6th and discovered a juvenile reported missing from another state, the Sheriff's Department said. A total of 36 charges were listed against the men who were arrested between March 9th and the 15th, the Sheriff's Office said. 3 men were charged with 2 counts, each of human trafficking in the first degree, electronic solicitation of a child, and traveling to meet a minor for an unlawful sex act. Darius Moore II, 24, of Harvest, Alabama. Donald DeVaney, who we're going over today, age 52, of Russellville. Raul Alvarez Lopez, 28, of Huntsville. 6 more charged with 1 count each of human trafficking in the first degree, electronic solicitation of a child, and traveling to meet a minor for an unlawful sex act. Macario Mina, 30, of Huntsville. Robin Arnault, 40, of Athens, Alabama. Juan Zing, 33, of Gadsden, Alabama. Kevin Brooks, 34, of Huntsville, Alabama. Lavoris Mitchell, 36, of Huntsville, Alabama. Stephen Carmack, 53, of Cameron, North Carolina. The juvenile was returned to their family in coordination with law enforcement agencies, according to the Sheriff's Department. The investigation remains ongoing. Oh, so he was saying this was a sting operation before, and yet there was a missing kid. Wow. It's bigger than what's said, right? So this guy right here, this Devaney guy, he claims he's targeted in the child exploitation. And there, it's good to see you, CRG. Claims to be targeted in child exploitation. He's a sergeant. He was a sergeant of the Russellville Fire Department. It's one of 9 people who were caught in an operation by the Limestone County Sheriff's Office targeted child exploitation. Donald Andrew DeVaney, 52, of Russellville, Alabama, was arrested and charged with 2 counts of first-degree human trafficking, 2 counts of electronic solicitation of a child, and 2 counts of traveling to meet a minor for an unlawful sex act. DeVaney has been with the Russellville Fire Department for almost 20 years. He was promoted to sergeant in 2023. Russellville Fire Chief Randy Seal nor Mayor David Grissom immediately responded on Monday to questions from the Times Daily. And this was back earlier in the year, okay? That was March the 18th. Since then, they have responded. The Criminal Investigation Division of the Sheriff's Office, with assistance from patrol and correction staff, conducted the operation between March 9th and March 15th. The operation followed a March the 6th call to the Sheriff's Office involving a disturbance call and the discovery of a juvenile who was reported missing from another state. That juvenile had fallen victim to sex trafficking after being lured online, according to the Sheriff's Office. Parents, please stay vigilant about your children's online activities. No one ever thinks it will happen to their child, but predators are out there, hiding behind scenes, waiting for an opportunity, Sheriff Josh McLaughlin said in a statement. Monitor their games, phones, and any internet connected devices. Since February 2024, operations like that from last week have led to 27 arrests in Limestone County, according to McLaughlin. Good job. How about getting some bigwigs too, right? The following individuals were arrested and charged with one count each of first degree human trafficking, electronic solicitation of a child, and traveling to meet a minor for an unlawful sex act. We said these names again, and I don't mind saying their name again because they need it out there who these perpetrators. Macario Mina, 30 of Huntsville, Robin Arnott, 40 of Athens, Stephen Carmack, 53 of Cameron, North Carolina, Quan Zing, 33 of Gadsden, Alabama, Kevin Brooks, 34 of Huntsville, Alabama, Divorce Mitchell, 36 of Huntsville. Well, if you know any of your kids that hangs around any of this, please keep them away from these people. Please, by all means. In addition to DeVaney, the following people were arrested and charged with two counts each of first degree human trafficking, electronic solicitation of a child, and traveling to meet a minor for an unlawful sex act. Darius Moore II, age 24, of Harvest, Raul Alvarez Lopez, 28 of Huntsville, Alabama. These are exactly the types of predators we are targeting. Those talking to kids on apps like Snapchat, where they think we can't save their disturbing messages. Sheriff Captain Caleb Durden said, we can and we do. And we plan to use our own words and actions to prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law. What's most disturbing to me is the position some of these individuals hold in their communities, living double lives and preying on the most vulnerable kids. Let me go to the next. This ex-Russellville firefighters bond hearing is rescheduled. This was March the 18th. A former sergeant with the Russellville Fire Department, that's this guy right here, will have his pretrial detention hearing on Friday after the Limestone County District Judge approved his motion on Tuesday. Donald Andrew DeVaney, 52, of Russellville, was arrested and charged with two counts of first degree human trafficking, two counts of electronic solicitation of a child, and two counts of traveling to meet a minor for an unlawful sex act. His Anaya's law hearing, in which District Judge R. Gray West would determine the cost of DeVaney's bond, was initially set for Tuesday. DeVaney was one of the 9 people who were caught in an operation by the Limestone County Sheriff's Office, which was targeting child exploitation. Now, that's one of the places I was trafficked, okay? That's one of the many places. They need to get the higher ups in that city. They need to get these business owners in that city. He is currently being held in the Limestone Correctional Facility. DeVaney was fired by the city of Russellville on Monday during its city council meeting. The council was joined by retired Fire Chief Joe Mansell during an executive session which took about 15 minutes. Once the council returned, Mansell made the recommendation to terminate DeVaney, who had been with the fire department almost 20 years. The council unanimously approved Mansell's recommendation. Current Fire Chief Randy Seal and Mayor David Grissom declined to comment. Mansell said on all comments would have to come from City Attorney Danny McDowell, who did not attend the City Council meeting Monday night. His law partner, Eddie Beeson, stood in McDowell's place. McDowell did not immediately respond to the Times Daily seeking comment regarding the actions by the city. Now here we go right here. Here is, now what do you want to do that? There you go. This is him right here. Andy DeVaney terminated. Woohoo! Was terminated by a unanimous vote at the last night's city council meeting in Russellville. He had been promoted to lieutenant in the city fire department in October 2023 and had no previous criminal record until this weekend. At 1:30, DeVaney will face a judge in a bond hearing under an IS law. A judge may withhold bond and force a firefighter to cool his accused heels behind bars under a trial on 6 human trafficking charges. And what a trial! DeVaney is facing extremely serious charges involving a trafficked child from another state. Wow. See, not only was he caught in that sting operation, but he is also involved with that child that was from the other state. Whoa. Y'all better not just give him bond. Y'all better put him under the jail. I mean, seriously. It's going to make a lot of us mad if you give this jerk bond for him to be able to get out and continue his sick, twisted stuff. Maybe even hurt some of the people who he harmed to shut him up. That's what these perpetrators do. More information will obviously come to light at future hearings, but Donald Andrew DeVaney is looking at a possible life sentence in prison. I hope you do get a life sentence. The 52-year-old DeVaney is a graduate of Russellville High School and Northwest Shoals Community College. Recently, he has been an instructor in the city's high school's fire science class. He is shown below purchasing items for a 2023 fire department toy drive. Okay, so let me go to here. And this is the bond hearing, and this was April the 1st, okay? So this is more up to date. A former Russellville firefighter charged in connection with a child trafficking case faced a judge for a bond hearing on Tuesday. Donald DeVaney is one of the 9 arrested in connection with an operation by the Limestone County Sheriff's Office conducted to catch predators. DeVaney is charged with 2 counts of human trafficking, 2 counts of electronic solicitation of a child, and 2 counts of traveling. An investigator testified that DeVaney thought he was talking to 2 15-year-olds when in reality they were decoys. The investigation said he agreed to pay them for sex acts. They also played a recording of a phone call between DeVaney and the 2 decoys, where you can hear DeVaney say he is willing to, but hopes they're not setting him up. So he knew that the possibility of him being set up, of course, and everything. He went ahead with it and everything, and I'm glad he did so he could get busted. The defense called DeVaney's brother-in-law to the stand. He testified saying that he was surprised by DeVaney's actions. He also said that he has worked for the Russellville Fire Department for over 20 years. The judge has taken DeVaney's case under advisement, but said he should have a decision on bond sometime on Wednesday. I still haven't heard anything, everybody. I've been doing my best to try to get the information, but I cannot find it. If anybody's got information out there that does these podcast stuff, please let me know. Please let others know as well. The other 8 men arrested with DeVaney will remain in the Limestone County Jail following their arrest 3 weeks ago. Without further ado, I want to thank each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming in, CRG. I really appreciate you. Just get the word out there. These culprits need to be gone. They need it gone. I mean, he suspected it, and then it said he even had ties with that one that was missing from the other state. Yes, he definitely needs gone. He does not need any bond. None of these other perpetrators need bond either. We need to start sticking up for our children, to save our children. If you know that this is a big problem with these predators getting these kids online, why are you going to let them out of jail? Why? Why are you going to let them out of jail knowing that they're going to go back and do the same thing probably? Riddle me that, Batman, right? All right, thank you, everyone, and God bless y'all. Be an advocate for our children, please. Thank you, everyone. Have a blessed weekend. But I'll see y'all tomorrow when I interview Charles Rogers at 12:05 p.m. Central Time. He'll be asking questions concerning answering questions pertaining to John Ramsey. Thank you so much, and God